Hey folks, it's Sam here, and I'm doing this quick update now, talking about the end of 2021. We're already hitting the home stretch, and there's some very important shifts that are coming up, and I have a free web class that you can attend if you just click the register now button. If you go to the link, this endoftheyearastrology.com, and you go to the link, you can just register for it, select event and date, give your name and email address, and you'll get this free web class. It's over an hour, and I'm talking about the most important shifts between now and the end of the year, the end of 2021. Year has flown by, and we've had a lot of important things come, and we're not done yet. We have Jupiter just went retrograde back into Capricorn, and it will go back into Aquarius November 21st. So this transit is going to be very important, of course. Jupiter joined Saturn for the last time for a while, and then going back into Aquarius. Again, big cultural shifts. I'm going to be focusing a lot on the cultural things and looking comparatively as well, giving a nice unbiased view of these things, where we've been this year. You know, I made some very accurate statements earlier in the year about when Jupiter went into Aquarius the first time in April, we would feel a real resurgence, inspiration. We'd get back to feeling inspired again, you know, after the tough year of 2020, we would really start to feel that resurgence, but then it would go retrograde, go back into Capricorn. I think you'll start to feel more serious again. So again, this is a big shift that we're all experiencing, and that'll be a major part of the end of the year, that Jupiter cycle. Then also we have a big Mercury retrograde cycle. That's going to be from September 27th until October 18th, but it's within a larger context of Mercury in both Virgo and Libra. I talked about this in my 2021 overall forecast. This was one of the 10 most important shifts that we would be dealing with in 2021. The fact that the Mercury retrograde cycles are very auspicious this year because they go between the air and the earth signs, right? The earlier Mercury retrograde cycle was between Gemini and Taurus. These are very favorable signs for Mercury because Mercury rules the air and the earth signs. This one is the second one, where Mercury started in Virgo, then he goes into Libra, and then he goes back into Virgo, then he finishes up through Libra. So again, I'm going to talk about the whole Mercury cycle through Virgo and Libra, but I'll focus on the retrograde cycle that's coming up here from September 27th until October 18th. Very important. Mars will continue to be combust also until the 21st, and this is also very important, where we have this Mars combustion is powerful because it's where there's a sort of flashpoint where we can be getting angry, irritable, frustrated, and people are sort of on heightened alert. So Mars combustion through these next few months. Actually, I think I might have this date up here wrong. I think this might be November 29th with Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius, because I'm noticing here I have the 21st on both. I think this one is the 29th, the Jupiter retrograde, or one of these. They're both right around the same time, obviously. Pardon me if that's a typo. But we also have this combustion here that will continue through around the end of November. Then we have the big solar eclipse, December 4th, Scorpio Nakshatra, Scorpio sign, Anuradha Nakshatra. So again, of course, eclipses are always really important. They can be, stressful and difficult, but also they're very transformative. So I'll be explaining this eclipse that's also coming around the end of the year. And then Mars Ketu in Scorpio also from early December and into next year. So pretty much, I think it's the day before this eclipse in Scorpio, Mars goes into Scorpio. So again, a lot of this Scorpio energy around the end of the year, we've been dealing with a lot of it anyway, because Rahu and Ketu have been there since September of 2020. 2020, yeah. I don't know what year it is. But so we've had a lot of that Scorpio energy. But again, having a solar eclipse in Scorpio early December, right after Mars goes into Scorpio as well, is going to really set that off. And then again, until the end of the year, we'll have Mars and Ketu in Scorpio. So again, this is very important time. And so this is a pretty quick update. I'm doing a lot of things right now, been doing a lot of writing and other things, but I wanted to get this out because it's very important, the transformation that we're seeing. Again, I'm going to be focusing a lot on the cultural shifts, the cultural changes, again, as we're seeing with all kinds of stuff around the world, and not just, COVID and all of that, which everybody's mind is dominated by, but other things that are coming, some good news and inspiration and a way through where we're going. So register for this. Again, you can just go to endoftheyearastrology.com, click that up there, or you can register for it down here as well. And I'll go over these things. As it says here, it's totally free. And again, it'll really help you align with higher purpose and inspiration, which is the Jupiter part, because Jupiter going back and forth shows that higher purpose and inspiration. Also, greater communication. That's the Mercury. Mercury retrograde from Virgo to Libra back and forth is really placing an importance on being grounded, being integrated and aligned with our values, and then sharing them with others, which is the Libra principle. This is the Virgo to Libra principle. All of that is going to be explained. If you've ever been to my web classes, these principles are explained in great detail. What Jupiter really is, what Aquarius and Capricorn really are on a deeper level, what Mercury really is, what Virgo and Libra really are on a deeper level, what retrograde really means. So again, there's going to be a lot of principles that you'll learn beyond just the current astrology. Okay, it's an opportunity to really align with these magical powers in life. Okay, that's what astrology really is. It's not just make predictions, tell me what's coming, be a fortune teller. No, it's about understanding the nature of reality. That's what astrology is. Then also, the deeper hidden power is referring mostly to the eclipses. I should say the eclipse and also the Mars and Scorpio. Again, this is the deeper hidden power and potentiality that's coming at the end of the year, right? Because the eclipses show that, and especially the Ketu end of the eclipse cycle, right? Bringing Mars in there as well shows an enormous time of transformation and deeper wisdom. Again, especially if you can turn away from the, sort of preposterous spectacle that we're seeing in society and culture now. If you're participating in it, it's a good opportunity to introspect as well. And then, managing frustrations also are also important, which is showing the Mars combustion. People are saying that the link doesn't work. Let me see. HTTP end of the year astrology.com. Oops. Should work. Let me see if that's really it. That's the vanity URL that I got. So of course, it's working. So I shouldn't have listened to the comments. It works, folks. Just did it. If you're having a problem, I'll do it again. But this is why I usually don't look at comments when I do live, because they're usually wrong. So anyway, I just put the exact URL there. So either way. So again, I really invite people to go there and get the, get this free web class. It's time to, again, use your brain, have discrimination, and there's enormous opportunities now, especially with the Jupiter retrograde. It'll be join Saturn, very grounded in Capricorn. the Mercury retrograde, it has been in Virgo, it goes into Libra, then it turns retrograde. A time to really introspect, reconnect to our humanity, to our intelligence, and a lot of powerful energy between now and the end of the year. Again, these nodes are very powerful in the Scorpio axis. Mars is going into Scorpio with it. So again, a lot of power if you can, actually be a spiritual person rather than just sort of triggered and calling that spiritual. And, oh, I look at the deeper energy, that's why I'm spiritual. And now I'm totally triggered by everything I don't understand or whatever it might be. So it's a great opportunity between now and the end of the year. So register for the web class and learn about what's coming and be empowered by it, not triggered and floundering in ignorance over all of the, as I already said, preposterous spectacle that Roxanne Miller seemed to like. Okay, so either way, we'll see you soon and take care.